from NONA, and we want to help you create non-allergenic space. Why is that? Well, I myself have been doing research on allergies for the past 10 years. We work with the best doctors in the country. We collaborate with the best in the world. In fact, for the past 2 years, I've served on the World Allergy Organization Expert Committee. But none of that mattered at all when my 2 kids suffer from house dust mite allergies. They would wake up in the middle of the night, every night, scratch themselves until they bleed. So for the past 5 years, I haven't slept very much. And they would miss school because they have runny nose and they get sick every other week. They have slower progress. And for parents, we cannot allow that. So we did what the good parents would do, which is take them to see the doctors. And the best that the best doctors could do was to give us medication. Lots and lots of medication. My older son was taking 2 nasal spray, steroid sprays, 2 lotions, 2 oral medication every night. So one night, as I was awake in the middle of the night, they were scratching. I just said, I cannot take this anymore. If anybody can do anything about this, it would be me. So I think there has to be a better solution, and we are trying to get it done. I declare war on dust mites. So we put masks on, we took samples from our own homes, and we look the enemies in the eyes. And this is not just a war for my own children. In Thailand alone, there are 20 million people suffering from allergies. Most of them suffer from house dust mite allergies. The economic burden, direct and indirect cost, is about 55,000 baht per person per year. If you multiply that by 20 million, it's more than twice the annual budget of the Ministry of Public Health. That's a lot of money. And people say, well, there are existing solutions out there. There are products like the dust mite proof covers, the vacuum cleaners, air purifier, the spray. But you know what? They don't really work the way they're supposed to because people don't use them. They don't use them correctly. People don't know what are really needed and what are effective. And when they don't have this information, it leads to uncertainty and they take no action. We learned something from the PM 2.5 situation and probably the COVID situation as well. 5 years before this, we had never heard of PM 2.5. Today, my 5-year-old son can say PM 2.5. We put on masks. Why? Not because the dust just happened these 5 years, but because now we have the data available at our fingertips anytime, anywhere about the dust level. So data leads to people's change in behavior. And we think the same thing should be done for house dust mite. What if we can measure the house dust mite level in your homes? Worse yet, if I can tell you that the dust from your home has more dust mite than 95% of the samples that we take, I think that will lead to action, especially if we say we will help you. So this is not just us thinking. We ask the doctors, what if I can tell you, what if I can provide that information about the house dust mite level in patients' homes? The doctor said that would be the dream come true because it's a missing piece of information for allergy doctors that they never had. If they have this information, they'll give better treatment for patients. So what will NONA service do? We provide standardized process for house dust mite measurement. We'll come to your home, take samples of your dust, and then extract them and do a chemical reaction, compare with the standard, and come up with the value of the level of house dust mite in your space. Then we send you the easy to understand report. If you're in the red zone, that's very unhealthy. You must do something about this. If you're in the green or the blue zone, you're okay. Right now it's still paper-based, but we want to develop this into an application so we can record history and correlate that with your symptoms. But people don't just want the data, they want recommendations for solutions. So we provide personalized recommendations as well. We provide complete solution based on the data-driven integrated strategy. We have to kill the dust mite, you have to remove them, you have to protect yourself from being exposed to it, and you have to monitor their level. And we'll have products and services that we know would work, that pass the standardized test. So we'll recommend these for you. The expected outcome is we'll bring people from the red zone into the blue zone. So we'll be safe from dust mite. Reduce dust mite levels lead to reduced symptoms and better quality of life for the patients and the parents. Our target groups are the homes and the condos, the schools, and then we'll expand into public spaces like restaurants, hotels, and offices. But our earliest adopters are definitely the parents with the children suffering from allergies, because parents will do anything to give their kids better health. The revenue model will introduce an introductory package, which means we'll come to your home and do the detection service only. And based on the detection service result, we'll introduce a subscription-based packages similar to the termite extermination. And we will receive some commission fee from the products that we recommend. And eventually, we'll try to provide a certification mark based on the level of the house dust mite, if the public spaces can provide safe area, safe space for people with allergies. The total available market in Thailand alone, that's 200 billion, and this is not just a problem for Thailand for sure. The SAM is about 20 billion, the SOM is about 1 billion. Our service is almost ready to launch with expected revenue of 3 years of 25 million baht, the ROI 4 years of about 13x. Our teams, me, founder, I'm a lecturer at Mahidol University. Washaran Yomwong, which is a COO, she did her master's thesis on allergies. Thomas Stewart, who's our CTO, has run detection kit services and products business in the US for 25 years. And Lalita, who is our CFO, and she works at UTTC, or University of Thai Chamber of Commerce. We already partnering with a company who helped precede our effort. And the next step, so probably in about a year, we'll look for about 5 million baht of investment and strategic partners so we can expand lab space and equipment expansion. We plan to do ISO certification for our lab process so that we can use the ISO certified lab to certify other spaces. We plan to expand the service teams and equipment. We'll need some fund for risk management as well as for marketing. We already have the key partners such as the Sirirat Dust Mite Center, the best in Thailand, anti-mite service and product suppliers, vacuum services, bed covers, spray, air purifier. We're partnering with the allergy clinics. Actually, one private hospital has already told us whenever we are ready, they will recommend this service to their patients regularly. And our earliest testimonials, we've got people who say, I never knew there's that much dust mite in my kid's bed. And one say, I've never slept so well in my entire life. And sleep, to me, is very precious. So that's NONA. We want to help you create non-allergenic space. If you have problem about allergies, please do contact us. We'll be very happy to help you. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. I can start now? Yeah. It's very touching as a mother as well. I have a question. You mentioned that you basically have to send a team to go to the household and collecting the dust.
That's
and bring back. But what if, like, I live in Sisakhet, you are in Bangkok, we are like 500 kilometers away. How can you're going to send your team, or is there other ways that we can actually like taste it from home?
Yes. So there are two ways. We've thought about this definitely. So there are two ways. One is we'll expand the labs, which means we have different branches in different areas, and our partners actually have branches everywhere in Thailand already. So in terms of manpower management, they're going to help us for sure. But we are also developing a prototype for a home test kit. We don't want to launch it as our MVP because we still need more data. I think, and the technology is not easy enough for people to do it at home yet. So I think as we launch into this, we'll learn more about it, we'll know much more. And also in terms of the personalized recommendation, we need more input from the customers, seeing what kind of questions they have, what kind of products they can afford and are willing to afford, what kind of solutions they want to have. I think afterwards, this business will become more of a data business. So we have the best data in Thailand, the data that nobody has, and probably this will work for most of Asia as well. So it's not our MVP, but we are moving there definitely.
How often do we have to test our home?
How often do you need to test your home? It depends on your initial data. If you're in the red zone, we recommend our platinum package, which will come back 4 times during the year, and we'll test for you every time. But if you're already in the blue or the green zone, we recommend only once a year or twice a year.
Okay, and how much are you expecting this to cost? And follow up that is, have you tested those prices with your potential consumers, initial consumers?
Sorry, you have a clicker right here. Yes, we've actually. So this is our initial pricing. The welcome package is about 5,000 baht, and this will test 5 spots for you. But definitely, when we launch it, we will have some discounts to get the customers in. The basic package is about 4,000 baht. Gold package is about 15,000 baht, and the platinum package is about 18,000 baht. But we have not. So we haven't launched the service, but we have tested this initially. I mean, we have tested several expectations. We've done in-depth interview as well as the Facebook surveys and stuff. So I think our next step is to pre-launch it in using Facebook ads and stuff, so we know what the customers are expecting. For your information, this is not more than what people are paying for the termite extermination. So I think people should care more about the dust mite, because it's in your bed, you sleep 8 hours every day with it. They should pay more for how dust mite than they pay for the termites, basically. So it's within the range. I don't think this is out of expectation.
But as Brian asked, whether do you actually check the pricing with the potential customer?
Yes, we have. We have checked, but we haven't gotten the first paying customers. We have done in-depth interviews. I've talked to a few people, especially the moms, testing the hypothesis, and they said this is nothing basically for them. Because, another assumption that people may or may not know if you don't have young children, for every night that your kid goes to the hospital, it costs you about 10,000 baht. And we pay for hospital visits and the nights in hospitals so many times if your kids have these allergies that this cost will mean nothing to you.
Okay, you mentioned about the data. What kind of data is valuable for your business and how does it help?
Okay, the data that's valuable, first of all, we report in terms of percentile. I think the percentile, if I tell you that the dust mite in your home is 2 microgram per gram dust, it means nothing to you. We get that information easily from the test. What we don't have is the percentile, meaning how much better can you do? What does 2 microgram per gram dust mean? So we have launched the 100 test case run. So now we know the range that we can expect. And it was out of our expectation, I have to tell you. And we keep updating this range because people's homes are very different, the environments are different, the way they use the beds are different. So that's one side, that's science. But another side is in terms of solutions. What kind of solutions, like I said, what kind of solutions do people expect? How much do they expect to pay for? How fast can we reduce the house dust mite in people's home? We haven't done enough. Nobody has this data. Because that will come back to the price. If we come back 4 times and we can get everybody from the red zone to the blue zone, then that's all they're gonna pay. That's all they have to pay. So I think eventually that's the data that we want. The customer behaviors and also eventually, like I said, we want to make the application in order to correlate with patient's symptoms. And when we get to that point, then we'll have a lot more data about the level of dust mite, the level of symptoms, how much symptoms can be reduced by how much reduction we can get per patient.
And if I assume that my house is 100% incubator of dust mite, and I just buy the vacuum, I do it every day. And if the vacuum cleaner is become cheaper than what? Then
Yep.
how would you sustain your business, or
Well,
what
it
are
will
other
come
value?
back. It will come back to this part. I think you have to take the integrated approach. So the vacuuming itself, we don't think is enough. Actually, we tried it in our house. It's not enough. You have to kill it. The vacuuming will do the removing part. If you do it every day, maybe, but most people don't do that. That's the thing. Like I said, the solutions already exist. It's just the how of using this product that most people don't know. And it's not just a matter of money either, because we've been to one case, the owner has an 8-year-old daughter. He's a VP of a bank, and they're our 100th percentile. I mean, the dust mite level in their home is huge, but they just don't know what to do. And for the personalized recommendation, is not the vacuuming. Actually, first thing is throw your mattress away and start over. And your question about returning customer, we get this all the time. And my partner and I talked about this from the very beginning. If we can get everybody who's willing to do this to go from red to blue, then our business is done. We go do something else. But there are 20 million people suffering from this disease, and more coming every single day. So we think we're going to be in business for a while.
So I thought you've done a very interesting and compelling presentation. One thing I didn't hear about was how are you going to reach your customers? What's your customer acquisition strategy?
Okay, so I told you that our earliest adopters are the parents. And in this country, parents hang out on Facebook a lot. Actually, a lot of moms order so many things from online shopping that they don't remember what they order. So there are a lot of parent groups on Facebook that have millions of parents in there. I also have some friends who are influencers on Facebook, and I've already talked to them about launching viral ads, and they themselves doing the reviews of our products. So I think Facebook will be the early phase for sure, because it's very minimum cost. But after that, the hospital, connection with the hospitals, because we work very closely with doctors. And once the clinics start recommending this service to the patients as well, then they also help gaining customers. And it's a review-based service. So the more people we get, the more, if they give us good reviews, so that's one thing that we have to do really well, which is to make sure that our first level of service is top-notch. And we'll give introductory price, and for everyone who recommend other customers, then we'll give them some benefit as well.
So very briefly then, maybe you might want to consider just offering your most premium package, because it's most likely to succeed in terms of reducing allergens, and you're more likely to get really good reviews. So just something you might want to consider.
Thank you. Actually, our premium package is based on, there's only so much you can do. So our premium package is based on the frequency that we come in per year mostly. We're trying to add in other things, but it depends on the level of the house dust mite. If you're already in the blue, we won't dare recommending the
Okay, time's up.
premium package.
Well, thank you,
But
the
thank you
judges.
very much for your comments.